How's it going, YouTube? Thought I'd take the time to show you what I've been working on. Some of these items you may have noticed before. Some of these you may be seeing for the first time. But thought I'd take the time and do a quick little update. Still haven't got my hands on the tripod yet. And all of these are done by hand. Gotta get the material to the right temperature, get it to melt, roll it up into the shape you want. Then trying to get as much light to come through. Up here, as you'll see, I've got some under a light on top of this Pringles can, so that way I can show y'all that these glow in the dark. This one was a lot of fun to make. Some random idea I had to try to get a peanut inside. You can actually kind of see it. Now this one, this little bee I made, it actually had a peanut, but luckily I was able to get it out without leaving. It's a shame I can't get this thing to stop being blurry, but I'm gonna try to remake or make a new one. This one was actually supposed to be a crystal, but I had metal inside, and every time I went to sand it down and shape it, and I finally got it to the right shape I wanted, got it polished down, and it just started cracking and it just started to fall apart in my hand in it. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to break it up and just remove the metal. Now, this one was a lot of fun to make, a lot of work, but there we go. It's a little bit better. This one was just recently. I'm gonna do a little bit more shaping on it. I sort of just stopped on it because it was getting a little too late. So that's what happens when it cools and hardens before you have a chance to finish. Now this one is one of my little favorites. And it's funny that this is the only one that will actually fit in this. These, I actually got this off of a glow stick. Luckily they slide right off and they slide right back on. This I thought about doing a little bit more too, but it's interesting. I might actually keep it that way. This one I was thinking about making into something else, but chose not to. I just, because it's a little bubble formed on the back and it was hard to get it to be completely even. I could just sand it down a little bit, but kind of went a little overboard with that. Don't know if you can tell about some of the cracks that's in there. this was fun. I like to call this my one-eyed alien piece. It almost looks like it would glow in the dark, but it's just like a neo colored. In certain light it will look yellow, in the other light it will look green. It's got a very small amount of blue material in it, giving it that one eye look. This is one of my first little pieces. I love how it looks almost crystal-like. I mean, this is almost looks like a quartz crystal. I love how that one turned out. Don't know if I showed you this one before. It's amazing what kind of you know, to color the material. You can just take a Sharpie and color it a little bit, then color the opposite side of another piece, and then just layer them on top of each other, melt them down, trapping the ink inside, and that's how I got this. I tell you, to get that almost mirror finish, still need to get me some decent polish though. This one's not complete yet. Oh, okay, let's see. And these was just a little, I'm going to be doing a little video on these. Thought it'd be interesting to see if I can make a pair of earrings for somebody. I just don't know if these would work. I mean, they look kind of cool, but I don't know if any girl would actually wear them. But if not, I can simply just melt it down a little bit and just remove that lime green plastic from it and just remelt the other pieces. Now this one, took some pieces from a Bic lighter for this one. If you notice my little cup with my mint plant in there, I love to bring a mint plant in from time to time, put it down in some water. But what I like to do differently, after putting it in the windowsill, is sit it on top of a magnet with a little bit of metal inside the water. And I decided to do this to prevent the metal from actually rusting or deteriorating. Oop. Tap that a couple times. Sorry about that. But yeah, these are a lot of fun. They're a lot of work though. They could take 30 to 40 minutes depending on if you shape them the right way, but then you gotta get it up under a light, check and see if there's any issues. One of these had a lot of bubbles in them. That's not the one, but thought I'd take the time and show you this little piece. It's not the way I wanted it to turn out, but it still has an interesting pattern. I just gotta find a way to sand that down at the back. This one gave me a lot of trouble. Had to cut it out of a can repeatedly. The first one was, I just had a bunch of little holes through it. Big holes as well. Alright. Now onto the pieces that actually glow in the dark. Let's see if we got enough time to charge. Ah, there we go. This one was a lot of fun. Didn't think it'd come through, but it looks really interesting. It's got some blue, some glow-in-the-dark material, some neo-colored material. Now this one had a lot of bubbles. Took me a lot of sanding to get all those bubbles out, and luckily most of the bubbles were on the surface. This I can't seem to sand off of. Apparently it's too deep, and if I keep digging into it, it's just gonna turn out real bad. But I can't wait to put these on, attach some wire, or attach them to something to put on a necklace. There we go. Love how this one turned out. Now this one has very doesn't have very much glow-in-the-dark material in it at all. So sometimes you'll see just a very little bit of speck of light. Let's see. And that's the TV glowing behind it. But I hope y'all enjoyed my little update on all my little pendant crystals. As soon as I can figure out a way to attach them to something. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.